Hi everyone. Welcome to today's Christmas webinar, and I'm Susie, the business manager of BigSpy, and I will be your host and one of the speakers today. And another speaker is Ian, and the business developer from NestScale team. Ian, please introduce yourself and your team shortly.
Uh, Hi, thank you, Ms. Susie, for introducing me. Hi, everyone. I'm Ian Huang, and I'm in charge of partnership and business development at NestScale. And we are an integrated software ecosystem for e-commerce. And our main goal is to help business attract, convert, and retain customer and drive business growth. My team and I are very honored to be here today. So thank you to our friends at BigSpy for partnering up with us to turn this webinar into a reality. Thank you.
Very thank you for Ian's introduction. Well, I guess all of you guys can't wait to know more about today's sharing. And before we dive in, I will introduce a little bit about our agenda. So the main topic of this webinar is how to boost the sales on Christmas with latest consumer trends and accurate ad tracking. There exists actually two questions. One is about the latest consumer trends, and the second goes to the accurate tracking. So we divide the whole content into two parts. For the first part, we will help you to how solve the first question. So how to boost the sales with latest consumer trends. And the next skill will cover you the second part to share some effective tips about the accurate ad tracking. So after these two parts, I will make a short conclusion, and then we will leave you 10 minutes to answer your any questions if you have about BigSpy or NetScale and or during the whole webinar. Also, you can leave your questions on the message board. Yeah, so let we dive in. So to boost the sales with latest consumer trends for Christmas, we need to know what are the latest consumer trends. Yeah, and what is the Christmas preferences of users? And then based on those information, you will get inspired by some creative Christmas paid advertising ideas. And then we will give you some very great ad creative examples, so as you could create your own ad creatives. So what are latest consumer trends? Firstly, I will show you two images. Consumers are more sensitive to discounts. Here I show two photos. You can see the obvious changes from Bandwatch research between June 1 and November 2022. There were 400,000 searches related to Christmas shoppings and discounts. Compared to the same period of 2021, there was a 9% increase in the number of mentions. And consumers also anticipate and seek brands offering discounted prices during Christmas, even after Black Friday. And secondly, they pay more attention to local shopping and small brands. From Bandwatch consumer research, since 2022, there has been a gradual increase in consumer interest in local shopping and supporting small businesses. And from June 1st to November 2022, online discussions about small brands increased by over 20% compared to the previous year. And handmade and decoration emerged as the two most frequently mentioned product categories. Etsy is the most frequently referenced online marketplace. Certainly among all the Christmas presents, clothes, books, and consumer tax ranked the top three far away from toys. We can see from the images, which got the first place. And at last, the largest consumer group went to 25 to 34 years old with 23%, Well, the second consumer group accounts 21. So when you run ads, this information may help you to target the right age of your audiences. And the BigSpy could help you spy on and analyze your competitors' ad countries or their target audiences with and their social media platform distributions. So you could combine those data and you will save a lot of money and time on advertising. So what are latest Christmas preferences? Firstly, we can conclude some important information that may help you from BigSpy's 10 million ad creatives. Firstly, price is the key factor to shop. And secondly, most consumers search and buy Christmas rather than traditional Christmas ornaments. Thirdly, as is known to all, social media platforms like TikTok become the new shopping place, especially for those young people. After learning some consumer brands, now we can talk about how to conduct creative Christmas paid advertising. Here we will share some ideas. Firstly, we can combine some Christmas elements with products. And secondly, we can package your products as Christmas gifts. You could make your product and talk about their advantages in your ad creatives as some ideas. Secondly, we can implement some flash sales and campaigns. Remember, you could emphasize this sales is only available on some periods or some days. Uh, Finally, if you are good at talk about some brand story, we can you can know some you can tell about some brand story for your marketing. Finally, we will share you some good ad creatives for references. Firstly, we Okay, so first one is an example to show you how to generate excitement and then stimulate purchase. According to BigSpy data, this ad creative is about a Christmas glass. Got 10 million impression with 100,000 likes, 1,000 comments and 14,000 shares. And this girl showed very excitement at the beginning and the end. With a Christmas song, we could easily be involved in this Christmas atmosphere and be interested in what the product is. Then she took it out and started to introduce it. So we will make a marketing formula for you. Exciting impression plus suspenseful anticipation plus unboxing and the product introduction. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Okay, so second one is an example of listing products which are good as Christmas gifts. This video has listed diverse product ideas which are suitable for boys. And according our BigSpy data, this ad creative got 18 million impression, 100,000 likes, 17,000 comments, and 14,000 shares. And we know there is a series of video which target different consumers. So we can make a marketing formula, different consumers, plus diverse choices, plus lead to follow. So like this, the third example goes a different way. It creates a thing of show you how to show your products. Yeah, so this ad video is run on the Facebook, and the BigSpy show that it has gained 12 million impression, 99,000 likes, 15,000 comments, and 18,000 shares. And by recording the play with friends and family members, it shows that this product could use for family activities, and it's a good choice for relaxing, which fits directly with the topic of the Christmas festival itself. And through its advertise, the most addicting game of the year. Get yours, challenge your friends and family, and have fun on Christmas. International shipping. We can conclude the formula, gameplay demonstration, entertainment, and creating gaming scenes. So the fourth video shows the novel Christmas tree. We can see it. Okay, so let's have a look together from our BigSpy data. This ad creatives got 7 million impression and 185,000 likes, 500,000 comments, and 2,000 shares. So different from natural Christmas tree, this one supports remote control and soft growing. We can see in the video, and it only needs $90. So we can see it from the ad text. Are you putting up the tree? This remote control self-growing tree is for you. Magic Christmas tree is only for $98 today. Easy to install, retractable control lights. So this text emphasize how it's different from another Christmas tree, including remote control, self-growing, and the price is a really attractive price. So in your ad creatives, you can show its difference directly to your audience with a competitive price in a limited time. Here comes the new formula for such products. You need to highlight showcase and live demonstration and emphasize on your discount. So the final run was run on YouTube. It's a long video at about 4 minutes. I will show you some highlights here, and we will share you the points after this webinar, and then you can watch the full video. So from BigSpy data, this long video ad creatives got 7 million impression. For long video ad creatives is a very excellent good result. And different from previous examples, this ad video is more practical and can be used in the daily life. Besides hands-on demonstration and explain the principles and capabilities of this specific products. These ad creatives invited some real customers to share their using experiences uh, uh, here, like here. Yeah, and which is more makes these ad creatives more persuasive. So if you want to run ads on YouTube, this example may bring you some ideas. And we give you some marketing formula, hands-on demonstration, plus principles and capabilities, plus user experiences. Well, we just selected 5 examples to show you different ideas, and we have already concluded the formulas for you to improve your ad creatives. So if you think these are not enough, then just go to bigspy.com and filter what you want by yourself. And today we will give you a really big bonus for you. Choosing BigSpy Pro Plan and using the code BS1219, then you can only pay $1 to enjoy 30 days free trial. And more than 30 million ad creatives are here for you. Okay, so Big Spice part is over, and could you, Ian, I will continue the next part to share some effectives about accurate ad tracking.
Okay, thank you, Miss Susie. Hi, everyone. I'll be beginning my presentation shortly. Can you guys give me a few minutes? I want to share my screen right now. Miss Susie, I think you have to turn yours off. Okay. Hi. Can you guys see my screen now? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start. First, I'd like to thank Miss Susie for the informative sharing. It was really interesting and insightful to know that this year customers are shifting towards more handmade goods and supporting small local business. I actually read in a report by McKinsey that 79 consumers say that they are trading down and spending less this holiday season, which I think is super important because value and promotion will be increasingly important. And also it means that brands need to go above and beyond to inspire customer to purchase with creative ad ideas and meaningful messages. Anyway, once we got our ad ideas, it's time to run paid ad campaigns. However, that's not the end of the story. If brands truly want an effective ad campaigns and drive sales, the next step is to measure performance and continuously optimize your campaign. And that has led us to our sharing today, how to measure performance and optimize your ad campaign. Okay, so today we'll be covering 3 main sections. Chapter 1, Advertising KPIs. Chapter 2, how to measure your ad performance. And Chapter 3, how to determine your top performing campaigns. Okay, so the first question is, what are the top advertising KPI, that you should be tracking? Generally, you see a list of popular metrics that remain the same across major search and social media advertising platform. These are click-through rate, return on ad spend, cost per mille or 1,000 impressions, frequency, amount spent, and cost per purchase. This doesn't mean that you should track all of these 6 metrics at once, though. You have to focus on different sets of metrics for different phases of your ad campaign. Usually what I would do is I'll divide my advertising journey into 2 phases, testing phase to identify winning ads and the scaling phase to maximize the results. In the testing phase, I would mostly focus on CTR and ROAS. Once you settle on an ad idea, now it's time to test whether it will resonate with your audience. Your CTR will tell you how many users actually found your ad interesting enough to click on it. And your CTR result will also signal how engaging and relevant your content is to your audience. A low CTR might indicate that there's a mismatch between your message and the audience need. On the other hand, though, a high CTR usually signals that the ad is compelling and effective. Similar to CTR, your ROAS will also give you clues about whether an ad is a winning one. ROAS will tell you directly how much your ads are generating compared to your ad spend amount. The higher the ROAS, the more revenue that the ad is gaining. And when looking at both metrics, you can identify and allocate appropriate resources right away to the top performing ads campaign that will yield the best final results. Okay, so once we determine our winning ads, it's time to move on to the second phase, scaling. Our main goal here is to optimize and maximize the results of our campaign. So before we start on the metrics, I just want to get one thing straight. That just because you're scaling your ad or you're spending more doesn't automatically mean that your CTR or ROAS will go up. In most cases, actually, these metrics end up staying the same or even going down. This doesn't mean that you're wasting your money, though. You're paying more to get your ads to reach a wider audience, and you're still generating more revenue. It's just that it's not reflected through CTR or ROAS anymore. So so now you have to look at other metrics like CPM, frequency, amount spent, and cost per purchase. Normally, I divide these metrics into two groups. The first group is your frequency and CPM. This will show you how often the same audience see your ads, as well as how much it costs. According to social media today, limiting your frequency between around 1.8 to 4 is ideal for optimum ad performance. However, based on my personal experience, if your frequency is higher than 2, then chances are you're already oversaturating your audience, and it's time to broaden your horizon. A similar logic applies to CPM. If your CPM is low, it means that your ads are being shown as top of funnel ads to a wider audience, which makes it cheaper. If your CPM is high, however, then it signals that your ads are being shown as bottom of funnels or retargeting ads to a smaller audience, which is why it is pricier. So if your frequency rises, it's likely that your CPM is going up too, since you're bidding to reach the same group of users repeatedly. The second group is amount spent and CPP. These metrics show how much you spent against your maximum budget for a specific time frame. Here, there are three main questions to ask: how much money you've invested, the number of results you have, and how much it costs to achieve them. And then you have to allocate more budget to ads that are giving the most results for the cheapest price. And you should consider removing ads that are eating up your budget, yet yield bad results. And yeah, that is it for our first section. Remember to keep an eye on these metrics to make sure that your ads are effective. Okay, moving on to the next order of business, how to accurately measure your ad performance to maximize results. Once we have determined our metric KPI, it's time to measure the effectiveness of our ad performance and maximize our results. As to how to do this, there are two most popular options. One, using built-in analytic tools like Facebook Ad Manager, Google Ad Manager, and the second option is using external analytic tools like NestScale. The first method is to track your ad performance using built-in analytic tools, which are available within the advertising platform itself. Usually, each platform will have its own analytic tools, such as Facebook Ad Manager, TikTok Ad Manager, or Google Ad Manager. We also have Google Analytics, which is Google's separate analytic platform for multi-platform advertising and more advanced tracking feature. And generally, the built-in analytic tools will automatically sync data from its corresponding advertising platform, which only takes seconds. Plus, all you have to do is set up the platform pixel, for example, the Facebook or TikTok pixel, and you're pretty much ready to go. And the best part is that they're usually completely free. With these standard features and function, business can easily manage and optimize your ad performance. So if your business are only running ads on one platform, and the built-in analytic tools are still working smoothly for you, then frankly, there's really no need to seek other solutions. However, if your tracking result seems off, then you would like to try out more advanced tracking feature, then it might be a wise move to seek other external tracking options. So now that you've gotten analytic tools, what's there left to worry about? Well, data tracking and analyzing, sadly, isn't always that straightforward, and there are many challenges that business might face throughout the process, which leads us to the next section. Challenges for advertiser when tracking ad performance. These includes delay in real-time data, tracking blockade issue, marketing attribution issue, multi-platform issues, and tracking code issues. Now let's take a closer look at the first challenge. As I've briefly mentioned before, though it is convenient, one big drawback of using built-in analytic tools such as Facebook Ad, Instagram Ad Manager, or Google Ad Manager is that there's really no such thing as real-time data. Usually it would have to take a couple of hours for the data from your ad campaign to get updated to the analytic system, especially during peak traffic season like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. If you're using Google Analytics, then this data can be delayed from 24 to 48 hours. During a period when time is of the essence, this delay will certainly hinder business from making prompt strategic actions that will drive sales. Okay, the next challenge, another risk is using lies within the platform tracking codes or the click ID, such as Facebook click ID or the Google click ID themselves. These tracking parameters are usually highly dependent on third-party data and client-side tracking, which are now and will sadly continue to be affected or blocked by data privacy policies. Like recently we have iOS 14 app tracking transparency or iOS 17 link tracking protections or Google third-party cookies phase-out plan by the end of next year. This blockage will, no doubt, lead to inaccurate conversion credit allocation and possibly wasted budget. The next challenge relates directly to the marketing attribution model, which is actually one of the most overlooked aspects of advertising. Even though it holds such significance, in fact, according to Ruler Analytics, only around 57.9% of marketers currently use. Sorry, guys. Okay, only like around 57.9% of marketers currently use a marketing attribution tool, which means that nearly half of them still do not have a solution. And how does it work? And why is it so important? Your analytic tools will depend on your marketing attribution model to distribute the conversion credit among different touch points. And usually for built-in analytic tools, the number of attribution model offered is usually only 1 to 2. For example, you have Facebook ads, which only offer last click attribution model. And then for Google Analytics, we only have data-driven and also last click. And also the attribution window time range is also usually very limited from 1 to only 7 days. This could hinder business, especially for those who have a longer customer journey that spans out to a longer period of time. Okay, to better understand how this restriction affects your tracking, let's look at an example. Imagine your customer clicks on your ads on December 20th, and then 8 days later, on December 28th, the customer click on another ad and then decides to purchase on the following day, December 29th. Since the maximum attribution window period is 7 days, your ad won't be credited for conversion. Instead, this purchase will be counted as an organic conversion, which we know for a fact is inaccurate. Organic, not really. So the issue will particularly be a huge disadvantage, as I've mentioned before, for businesses with a longer customer journey or more customer consideration upon buying, especially for stuff that are more like luxury goods, like electronic gadgets or luxury goods. Okay, moving on to the next challenge. It's actually quite tricky to monitor ad performance on multiple advertising channels all at once. And if you're like me, you won't only run ads on one advertising platform. I mean, your customers are on several platforms anyway, so you should be too. In fact, according to Global Web Index, the number of social media accounts that a millennial or Gen Z has is 8.4 worldwide in 2023. So it's a no-brainer that you should run your ads across various channels. But imagine switching between 8 different tabs all at once, then getting all the metric mixed up together. That's horrible. So if you choose to run ad on more than one channel, you'll have to centralize the data yourself. And that is going to take a lot of time and effort, and not to mention certainly more prone to human errors. Okay, and the last issue is that advertiser might face is the complexity of the tracking codes and parameter setup. I understand that not everyone is well-versed in tracking parameter, and not every business can afford a developer team to take care of all this. But tracking code is a must to track user behavior on your website and which touch point they're interacting with the most. So if you're using the analytic tools within Facebook or TikTok ads, there's only one step, setting up the platform pixel. However, if you're using analytic tools like Google Analytics, which are more complicated, then the setup process is going to take a while. And then you also have to learn how to set up tags, trigger, and variables within the Google Tag Manager system, which is going to take some time and effort. Okay, those challenges sounds daunting, I know. But don't lose hope, because I'm going to show you how you can deal with some of the most pressing challenges mentioned above. We can leverage external analytic tools. One advantage of using external analytic tools is that they are completely unaffected by tracking blockage policies like iOS 14, iOS 17, or Google third-party cookies deprecation. This is due to the fact that external tools generally would rely on sustainable first-party data and server-side tracking. Plus, with these tools, customer data won't easily get erased or lost, since it is stored directly on the analytics company server. And not to mention, if you're running ads across multiple channels, which you should, by the way, these external analytic tools will help you centralize all cross-channel performance data into one dashboard. So you don't have to switch between tabs anymore, which saves a ton of time and also makes it easier to keep track and analyze your ad performance. And another upside to these external tools is their ability to update real-time data, unlike other built-in analytic platforms. And the most exciting part, no technical expertise is required to set up tracking. All is done within a few clicks to sync data from your advertising channel to the analytic tools. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the last section, how to determine the top performing advertising campaign. By now, you've probably settled on your choice of an analytic platform, whether it's built-in or external. With that said, though, regardless of the tools you use, the next step should be to determine top performing channels and campaign. This way, you can allocate budget to the corresponding touch points and further maximize your results and scale up your winning campaigns. Generally, there are 4 steps that you should take. Step 1, centralize data. Step 2, compare and contrast data from different analytic platforms. Step 3, determine high-performing channels, campaign, and ad. And step 4, review the customer journey. In fact, we'll demonstrate to you how NestScale can help you achieve these goals right now. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a few seconds, and I'm gonna be back with the demo. Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen now? Okay. So we're here in the NestScale dashboard. So all we have to do is navigate to the left side menu under Pixel here, and you go to Performance Report. Here you can see that NestScale are helping you centralize all data from multiple platforms. Here we have TikTok ads, Google ads, and Facebook ads. You can also compare between the NestScale attribution model and the platform attribution model right here. We have all these metric revenue, ROAS, and CPA. The attribution model that NestAd attribution model is using is actually last click platform, which is ideal for comparing and contrasting with the data from the platform attribution model, which is usually last click. Here you can also adjust the attribution window to last 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, and 60 days. Normally, this attribution window is limited to only a maximum 7 days for most other advertising platform like Facebook Ad Manager or Google Analytics. So this is actually way more flexible. And why do we need a flexible attribution window? What for? Let's take a look at the example. Notice how we're setting it as last 7 days, pay closer attention to the revenue and all these metrics. And then when I switch it to last 14 days, you can see that the revenue and all the other metrics actually go up. This means that the customer journey is longer than 7 days. And then with this data, you can take other consequent actions such as extending the duration of your retargeting ad campaigns or email marketing campaign to 14 or 30 days longer than usual. And okay, so now look at this, look at the revenue. We can see that TikTok ads is the platform that is generating the highest revenue. So we're gonna dig deeper to find out which campaigns and ads are influencing this result. So I'm just gonna click on TikTok ads here. As you can see here, we have 2 ongoing campaigns within TikTok ads. Once again, NestAd made it incredibly easy to compare and contrast between the NestAd attribution model and the platform attribution model. Here we can already see some differences in revenue. It's different, ROAS also different, and CPA is also different. This can mean that the built-in analytic platform is recording the wrong number of orders, or they're overestimating the influence of certain ads on conversion. And then beside this comparison table, you can scroll to the right to monitor different other metrics. Okay, so look at this. We can see that between these 2 campaigns, the second campaign is generating higher revenue. Also, you can click on this plus button right here, and you can see all the ad groups within that campaign to see which ones are driving more results. But here I only have 1 ad group. Okay, but that's not all. You can also click on the campaign itself, and you can see all the orders that originated from that ad campaign. So here you can also see the creation date or time of purchase, the customer name, and also the order value. And then, but that's not all. Let's click on the order number. And then we can see a detailed order timeline. Here we can see that the customer actually clicked on a Facebook ad on December 18th, and then a day later, on December 19th, the customer clicked on a TikTok ad. And then the customer actually also viewed the product page twice before making the purchase decisions. This exciting order timeline feature will not only illustrate the customer journey for us very clearly, but also tell us which touch points are driving the customer purchase decisions. Here we can see that it's the Facebook ad and the TikTok ads. So the NestAd attribution model in this case will allocate 100% conversion credit to both this Facebook ad and TikTok ads. Unlike the traditional last click attribution model, which will generally only consider this ad click. This way, you know exactly which touch points are driving sales without having to analyze it on a separate spreadsheet. So it's super convenient and straightforward. Okay. Yeah, and that is it for our demonstration of how NestAd can help you navigate the challenges of inaccurate ad tracking. We'd also like to say that all attendees of this webinar will be eligible for 30-day free NestAd trials. So you guys can just contact us and prove that you are an attendees, and we'll get in touch with you. Okay. Okay, and that is it for our presentations. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat box and we'll get to it later at the Q&A section. Thank you.
Thank you for Ian's sharing, and it's very informative and effect the nice conclusion. And hope this webinar could really help you in some way. So let's dive in the last part. Do you have any questions or concerns about this webinar or about BigSpy or NestScale? Oh, user.
Hi, so I see a question from Mr. Derek James. So I understand that you want to ask whether order come from, right? So actually all of the orders that NestSat recorded are from ads. Can I show my screen right now? Yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit. Let's go back to our demo account. Okay, so you can see here at performance report. When you click on each of these platforms, you'll see the campaign, right? And when you click on the campaign, you can actually see all the orders that originate from that ad. Yes, so all of these orders here will be orders that were from the ad. And then when you click on the order number here, you can actually see which ads that the customer actually click on to make their conversion, to make their purchase decisions. So you're right. Thank you for the questions.
Okay, so I think when people are curious about the enterprise plan of the BigSpy feature, so I will share my screen to show you a little bit about it. Okay, so BigSpy is an ad intelligence tool. So for enterprise plan, you can check ad creatives from 9 networks: Facebook, Instagram, AdMob, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and Yahoo and Unity. And for each ad creatives, if you click the ad details, you could check it. You could check the ad creatives, the advertiser name and the ad text. In addition, we will give you some detailed data about these ad creatives, including the impression, the duration, popularity, network language, and if you want to download it, you could download the ad creatives. And we will also provide some country distribution, launch calendar, creative analysis. So for the enterprise plan, we also provide you top charts and new trending features. We could check it. So we will provide you some top ad creatives in recent 30 days or 9 days. You could check it. So it's really best for some people you want to find the winning products in recent 7 days. Yeah. And for other features, you can directly apply for a demo on the quiz. So you will, for example, if you click the demo, tap the demo, and you could apply the demo on this link. So I will show you after this webinar. Okay. Yeah. So anyone have another questions about BigSpy or NestScale? Okay, so if there is no questions about our BigSpy or this webinar or NetScale, we will end this webinar and we will share our PowerPoint for you after this webinar. Yeah. So thank you for you all, guys.
Thank you, Susie, for having us today.
Thank you.
Mm.
And bye.
Bye. Goodbye, everyone.